Hi, everybody. Welcome back. My goodness. It's been a very busy day over here. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Very busy day over here. As you guys on my channel know, I am getting ready to move to Oregon. That's going to happen in just a few days. So while I'm in the process of trying to get everything situated to where I can move, wouldn't you know, this is the time that Chantal is just losing her mind. And she's been going off in a major way at French Fry Girl because, as everyone knows, her favorite target whenever she wants to get mad or pretend to be mad is French Fry Girl. She just loves going for Frenchie. So Frenchie did a live yesterday and she just ripped Chantal a new one. And Chantal hasn't stopped being mad ever since. I mean, she refuses to shut up. Chantal on her end has been claiming, oh, we're so busy over here. We just got home. I'm going to be doing some around the house, housewifey type vlogs for the new channel. Well, she hasn't done the vlogs, but what she has been doing is being on her channel in her community post, going off about, you guessed it, French Fry Girl. So I want to show you guys everything that's been going on because Chantal just went wild this morning doing community post. Let's keep the timeline straight. So where do we even start first? So let me just go ahead and bring up the screen. We're going to do a lot of flipping around because I'm just trying to keep everything in a timely fashion. So, okay. So here is the post that French Fry Girl made on her community post saying, at Foodie Beauty, has the beatus made you blind? Your knockoff BBJ needs to be brushed. I can already see matted fur. Don't let her end up covered in mats like you did BBJ and probably Sam. Stop neglecting your animals. So here's the picture that Chantal posted on her post. And I pointed out to you guys yesterday, yeah, her fur does look really, really matted, like right around here. This looks really, really bad. So Frenchie was just pointing out the obvious, that she doesn't look groomed at all. She doesn't look like she had her fur is nice and smooth. So like there were no lies told in this post. So now that you've seen that, because again, we're following the timeline, we're going to head over to Chantal's community post. And Frenchie's post, I believe, was 8 hours ago. So what does Foodie do? She posted 3 hours ago. This was her reply. So apparently she does look at French Fry Girls, not only her live chats, but her community post as well. She posted back, hey, French Fry Grifter, here's a picture of her being taken to get groomed as soon as we got home. Stop the lies. We regularly take her. Only one here who looks like an animal neglector and blanker is you. Why did you blank your second dog again? Chantal, that is so low, and it is such a lie, because its grief was bugging you and you had to drive to cry instead of taking the dog with you. Show the vet records for that, you hypocritical creature. Her fur is long and thick and always looks like this, no matter how we brush to get her groomed. Chantal, I had a long-haired cat. My cat never looked like that. So why are you lying? Why? Okay. We don't owe any explanation. And 0, I don't even know what this means. And 2, explain why BBJ looks emaciated in your care and why you put down your second dog. She keeps trying to push that button with French Fry Girl. She is just doing the most to try to hurt Frenchie, and she's just not getting it. And she can't hurt Frenchie. She really can't hurt her. French Fry Girl, she's a smart cookie, and she's very hardworking. And I know she's a dog person, but she's kind of like a cat. Like, she will always land on her feet. Even if French Fry Girl did not have her channel, like, you know, she's hardworking. She'll always land on her feet and take care of herself. Chantal, not so much. Oh, and I included a pic of you so everyone can see who you have the nerve to call beatus on anyone when you hide your 12 chins yourself. Your fry ponytail is on too tight. If BBJ looks like that because of that when she was in my care, compare the 2 pictures. Right one is FFG's care, left one is mine. I never put down my pets, and she did. Nothing wrong with that if the pets are sick. Since 2017, anytime BBJ was shown in my videos, she looked healthy and happy, so shut it. Last time I entertained your stupidity for your content. Now go live and discuss this for 3 hours, you squealing witch. So here is a picture of, looks like Salah with Julia in the carrier just going into the pet zone. All this shows is that Julia was in a carrier and she was being taken into the pet zone. But there were no receipts to show that she actually went through grooming. It was just him carrying her into a pet zone. That's all. But maybe the fact that French Fry Girl pointed out that, yeah, she's severely mad, maybe that's the reason why Julia is going to get groomed. Because now Chantal is under scrutiny. And Chantal has always been one of those people that she doesn't do anything unless she absolutely has to. So now that people are pointing out that Julia looks extremely matted, that's the reason why she's going to get shaved or groomed or have the mats removed in some way. So if all the public pressure is making sure that Julia is getting the proper care she needs, I support that because Chantal will not provide that on her own. Okay, so that was done 3 hours ago, but Chantal wasn't done, y'all. She was not done with her community post. Oh, no, no. No, no. She did this post 2 hours ago. The real Chantal. Oh, you mean when I defend myself against someone coming for me first? Someone we thought was a friend that called me all kinds of names and threw us under the bus for clout and views? This is why these channels are crap. What are you showing is a provoked reaction by me, and you're leaving out the whole picture as usual. So when I saw this post, I was like, who is she talking about? Like, what is this? So I did some digging. This is a altered thumbnail from a video that a channel called Are You Serious did. The original thumbnail had Salah's picture, not Salah, I'm sorry, Allah's picture. This is a picture of Allah. So she added in the picture of the cat's head to cover up Allah. And she also added this down here. Was this supposed to represent French Fry Girl in some way, Chantal? Because this was not in the original thumbnail, nor was this. So this was on the channel Are You Serious? And she went on the Are You Serious channel, and for some reason she took offense to the video and decided to remark upon it. But wait, there's more, y'all. Here's another post 11 minutes ago saying, of course, the blank with no life will go live now and talk about this for hours. You know, Chantal's psychology is interesting, isn't it? She claims to hate Frenchie with a passion, with a fire of 1,000 suns. And yet she knows that when Frenchie goes live and talks about her, she's going to make money. She's going to make big money. She's going to get a lot of views. I would think someone who hates another person would not want them to make a lot of money, but yet she just keeps poking the bear, knowing that when she does, that piggy bank just gets more and more full. And you're right, Chantal. Frenchie's going to go live and talk about this because this is the content. This is what you're talking about. This is what you're doing. And you just keep poking and making it happen. You just won't get off the subject of Frenchie or BBJ. You just keep diving headfirst into it, knowing that it's potentially going to be bad for you. And on the profit side, really good for her. Maybe you're hoping that Frenchie will lose her mind and lose her cool and do something that you can report her for. Maybe that's why you're poking so hard. Maybe you're doing it because at this point in time, Frenchie, she has lost her mother, unfortunately. Her mother is no longer with us. And you're trying to poke at her and affect her at a time of grief. And I think that's extremely unkind of you to do. But you're trying to find some sort of hole in her armor and exploit it. And Frenchie is just too strong. for your mind games. Really, your attempts to try to hurt her and affect her are just pathetic. So there was all the community posts. You know, Chantal likes to say people bully her and they go after her, but you guys can see where the posts are. Frenchie was on her channel, on her community post, posting her thoughts. Chantal did not have to go to her channel and look at her community post and then fire back on her community post. She could have stayed in her own backyard. But that's something that Chantal does not know how to do. She's all over Twitter, on TikTok, on YouTube. She just can't keep her nose in her own business. She's got to have it in everybody else's. She likes to say, we bully her, but we don't bully her. We don't go into her live chats and bother her. We just react to her content and we just keep it there. But she likes to go after people. So there's that. So let's just get out of here. Just want to catch you guys up on a little war that she did. So how about we hop on over to Twitter and catch up on all the Twitter stuff, since we're like bringing all the notes to the table. Let's get all the notes out of the way. Okay. So this is from Fondue Pondu. So thank you, Fondue Pondu. Excellent post, by the way. Okay. So let's see. So here's Salah in the current live saying, where is the vet control paper proof? Any of that who is saying Chantal blanks or neglects the cat? Nothing reveals. Hello, zombies. Hello. Anybody can answer brain dead. Proof the vet. Formal paper. Well, Salah, courtesy of French Fry Girl, because she did post this first. She said she would post the paperwork, and she did. And courtesy of Fondue Pondu, they posted the paperwork again. You want a paperwork, sir? There you go. There's the paperwork. Proof positive, solid proof that BBJ was taken to the vet, and everything's in French. There's another part of the paperwork. What was done? What all was going on? I know you probably don't know how to speak fluent French, but I'm sure Chantal, she knows a bit more French. But oh look, there's more. There's more. There you go. You want a paperwork, Salah? There's your paperwork, sir. Enjoy that. Enjoy that. Okay, this is an interesting comment that Chantal made from Two-Tailed Caperer. Chantal says this is the last time she will give FFG content by raging at her in the community post. I'm sure this will age well, just like literally everything else she's ever said or done. One of her viewers, subscribers, says, stop giving her content. Foodie says, last time. Famous last words. This is the last time. I swear, I mean it. I promise. And then she will change her mind and she'll do it again. So her making this comment last time with an LOL, she thinks it's funny. This is how she's getting her attention. She needs attention. She needs attention on her channel because attention means views. That's why she's going after Frenchie so hard. She's looking to do what she used to do on her channel. Chantal has a definite formula. Before, it was her being in Canada and doing really offensive, bizarre, crazy content. And she would go off on people in the videos on her community post. And then she followed that up with a live and rage at people, which would translate into extra money and extra views. Or she would say something in her community post and really tick everybody off. And then she would turn on a live looking for those negative super chats. People being manipulated into giving her money. They would get so mad at her that they just want to scream at her. But the only thing they can do is just send a super chat with a message thinking that Chantal's going to care when really she doesn't. She's just looking for free money. A lot of people have caught on to that, but this is why she's poking at Frenchie. She wants people in this community to go over to her channel when she has a live and get so angry they give her hate super chat. She's hate farming. She is absolutely hate farming by raging at Frenchie in her community post over and over again. She's planting those seeds of hate all over. And then when she goes live, she's hoping for a large harvest of money. And it's just not working. It really isn't. And you're going to see when I show you, because I got proof of that too. Okay, so that's Queen of WTF. So those are the things that I wanted to show you on Twitter. We're not going to stay long at all. I've just got so many tabs open. I'm going to show you something, foodie. I'm going to show something to you because I want to rub salt in your wound. Okay? All the trouble that you go through to poke at Frenchie, to be hurtful, to bring up her dogs, to bring up BBJ, all that work you do to really tick people off. That's all it was for? $54 in super chats? Really, that's all it was for. That was it. 54 bucks. 54. Let's see what your super chats were looking like before. Let's look at it. Y'all, look. Look. Look how pathetic. $7, $2, $6, $10. Girl, I remember back in the day when you used to do lives and you would get hundreds of dollars in super chats. My, how the mighty have fallen. People are so bored with your content and they have caught on to your scam game. They're not falling for it anymore. And even with you poking at Frenchie, trying to hurt Frenchie, being as offensive as possible, it didn't translate into hundreds of dollars. You didn't even make $100. That's all you made. $54. 54 bucks. Compared to, and I'm not pocket watching Frenchie. I just want to point out how stupid Chantal is. Really stupid. Because it's funny. It's funny how stupid she is. Look at this, Chantal. Look, 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 look. And Frenchie's got a live scheduled in a little bit, but look. 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 Look at that. Look at that, Chantal. Look. I know you watch my videos, girl. You borrow my intro music more than once. Look. Look at this. Look at somebody on YouTube making much more than you. Look at that. This is why all of your efforts are in vain. This is exactly why. All your efforts to hurt her or affect her are in vain. This isn't a matter of winning or losing. You've already lost. You lost long ago. It's just that you did not want to admit that you've lost. You've been sitting at the poker table, losing hand after hand after hand, and you won't stop losing. You've already lost. And the longer it continues, now it's just a question of how much do you want to lose? Are you willing to lose it all? Like every last poker chip until you're thrown out of the building. There's no winning here. There isn't. There really, really isn't. The only person you're hurting is yourself. But if that's what you want to do, you want to go there, hey, feel free. You're the one looking dumb. All right. So we're going to bring up her live. And I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. This isn't a full-on rage. You know, she's dying to rage. She is dying to rage. But she knows that's what the reaction channel is, what we're the most interested in, because that's her most interesting content. And honestly, that's the most interesting thing about her channel is the rages. Because let's be real, her eating fast food on camera, it's boring. It's boring, lazy content. And she hasn't shown us anything really interesting besides the rages. That's why we look forward to them. You know, like the variety of interesting content with Chantal is so small. But she is determined not to rage. Like, she knows that's what we look for, but she's not going to do it. So she just sits there and she eats. And she's grumpy and she says offensive things, but she doesn't do a full-on rage like she really wants to. But, and I love this the most. I really love it the most. You know what I love the most, y'all? I love the fact that once upon a time, Chantal used to make money with her rages. She did. She used to make money. She used to go live and rage, and it would make her a lot of money. Now, the only time she rages is on her community post, and she does that for free. You can't monetize your community post, Chantal. You're raging for free. I thought you hated to do things for free. So the stuff that could make you money, you're doing for free. And the stuff that you're monetizing isn't making you much money. I absolutely love that the most for you. Oh, girl, I adore it. But you know what? Let's watch the live, shall we? Let me see if I can refresh this and get the chat portion in here. Is it showing up? No. It's okay. It's all right. I like to include the chat portion because people make interesting comments, but we can do without it today. So let's go.
Don't mind the background. I had all the carpets up because I'm vacuuming. I was vacuuming the floor, but too lazy to put it back. Tree Lady. Tree Lady's a thing of the past. You still miss her or what?
You know, a lot of people in Chantal's chat, they were saying a lot of the same things to Chantal. They were telling her, we miss the old Chantal. We really miss her. And I can understand that. She used to be a lot more happy and entertaining. She hasn't been that way for a while. It's just the same old, rehashed, refried, heated up, microwaved crap over and over and over again. But a lot of people were saying that.
Thriller Kid, hello. My internet has been acting up all day, so I'm not sure how it's gonna...
You lying piece of crap. Your internet has been acting up all day, yet you sat there repeatedly making community posts. So if your internet was acting up all day, how are you making those posts? You had those mad rage fingers going, girl.
How it's gonna...
You wouldn't get off your phone.
Go, but... Hi, Sweatsman. Okay, I'll get you some treats. Hi, Cricket. Ghostface. Hello. Assalamu alaikum. K-pop. Mike. Hello. Let's bees. You want some treats? Okay, big boy. Stop putting them in your cheeks. Freak of nature. You've been waiting for me? I know. That's why I went live because, you know, it's been a while. Canny. Hello. Thank you, Cricket. Hello, A what now? Shannon, hello. Ava, Fernanda, hi. Welcome, welcome. It's been a little while, so I really wanted to go live.
Yeah, of course you did. Because you sat there raging at Frenchie in your community post, back and forth with her, kicking the hornet's nest, and then, of course, you're going to go live. Of course you are, because that's the formula. Make everybody angry, then go on a live and try to profit off of all the anger you've caused.
It's good to see you. Thanks, Lisa. I think I have a cold. Teardrop, I missed you. Live and let bees. How are you doing? I feel like it's not a live without certain people here. So I'm happy to see you guys. You live in Kuwait too? Nice. Cool. That's awesome. Have other Kuwait people here. Do I know what drat is? Like whenever something happens like that you don't want to, so you say drat kind of thing, like drat. Sorry.
Oh, by the way, isn't it also interesting that while she was in Thailand, her and Salah were going to the green shops, and now that they're back in Kuwait, where she doesn't have access to the green anymore, isn't it something that she's raging? What did I tell y'all? That she got her body used to something that she hasn't had in forever. And when she went back to Kuwait or to Canada, if she doesn't have access to something, she was going to be raging. And here we are.
Sorry. I ordered food, so I don't know when it's going to get here, but
Yeah, what happened, Chantal? What happened to, I'm going to cook a lot more when I get home? What happened to doing cooking vlogs for your new channel? Didn't you say you're going to do housewifey things? Well, girl, listen, I'm looking behind you. I'm seeing a mess behind you. I don't think you've done any cleaning yet. You might want to get started.
I have to do like a huge grocery order. But I don't know when that will be because maybe tomorrow. I have like
Honestly, I don't even know why you'd bother with a grocery order. Because anytime you buy groceries, more than half the time they rot. You don't eat fresh, healthy stuff. You let it go to rot and you'll order takeout anyway.
like I don't know how to prioritize everything I have to do since being back. But yeah.
Yeah, what happened to Salah takes care of everything? Is he not taking care of everything? I thought he took care of everything.
I need to get water. But is that what you mean by drought? I don't know. My thing is not working. Sorry guys, let me fix the comments. Okay, that oh, I didn't know that. What now? Red suits you. Thank you. Hi, Born Villain. Gemini Gem, hi. Brittany, thank you. Oh my god, I missed all you guys from Saskatchewan. Sickies and lollies. Hello. How is Saskatchewan? Is it actually as boring as everyone says? I always ask that to Saskatchewan people. You love me so much. Thank you. Desert Rose, hello. Thank you.
We're just scooting ahead. I don't really care about the greetings. It's like blah, blah, blah. Okay, get to the good stuff.
And I love you guys. I really do. So I just wanted to be. I'm not coming on here to talk about drama. I'm not coming on here to talk about anyone in particular. I've said what I had to say on my community tab, and I stand by that. I don't have to come on here and talk shit about people or try to cause shit to have something to talk about. Mashallah.
Chantal, if you don't want to talk about drama and if you don't want to be a part of drama, why don't you keep that same energy all of the time? Why is it that your energy is different on your community post than it is right here? So you got on your community post and you talked about French Fry Girl when you did not have to. So what is this false, I don't care about drama crap you got coming out of your mouth right now? You did what you did for a reason, for a purpose, to get more people watching your live stream, to see if you were going to follow it up with a rage. You clickbaited. This is clickbait, y'all.
So that's not what I'm going to do. I want to give all my attention to you guys. Julian. Oh, yeah, Howie's here. He's in his house. I'm feeling okay, Bourgeois. Hi, Moonflower. It's great to see you home. It's great to be home, for sure. Julia looks great. Yeah. Everyone's like, she looks matted. No, that's her fur.
No, she's matted. I'm not even in the same room. I can look at that picture and tell you her fur is matted. I've owned a long-haired cat. She is matted. And if she wasn't matted, why were you taking her to the groomers? Why? So you've been home for what, 3 days? This isn't you doing this live. This is not on the day you get back. You did a live yesterday. You didn't schedule the groomers until after people pointed out she was severely matted. That's when you took her in. And even then, I have my doubts because all we saw was Salah with a cat carrier in his hand. There are no receipts of the grooming being done at all. But I'll tell you what, if Julia comes back from the groomers, if she gets on camera with a lion shave, we'll know why.
They're not mats, dummies. It's just her fur.
No, it's not.
She always looks like that.
No, she doesn't. We've seen her before, Chantal. Do you think we don't have eyes? We've seen her on camera. Her fur has never looked like that. Never. We've seen her on camera. She never looked like that.
She has a brush right here. I brush her like every day.
Yeah, but you've not been there in over a month. So you haven't been there every day to brush her. She has been unbrushed for over a month. So how can you sit there and say, I brush her every day when you weren't there for over a month, Mama? You weren't there to brush her.
And sometimes twice a day because she loves it. All I have to do is make a noise. Like when she's not sleeping and she's awake, all I have to do is like go like this on the couch and she comes running. And yeah, she had a bath. And she smells like Pet Zone deodorant stuff that they put on the cats after. Do we have any issues? No. Drama-free zone. Yeah, exactly. Peachy, thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Teardrop. It was on point. Yeah. Hi, Rhonda. Exactly. I tried paying for my beezer spray, but it declines my card. Oh, don't worry about it, Ghostface. Thank you, guys. She is. She loves brushing. Yeah, she does. Long-haired cats get matted. Their fur gets matted very easily.
Right. And that's why you got to brush them.
That's true. It's normal for them. It can happen. Excuse me. They shaved like a around her bum area just to prevent it getting messy because I have had to like.
They shaved her bum area. Now, why would they have to do that? Could it be because there were mats back there? Wasn't that the issue with BBJ? Didn't she have mats in the same area, Chantal? Yeah, she did. She did. If all they needed to do was give her a bath and brush her, they would have just given her a bath and brushed her out. So why are they shaving her for? Why? Because there were mats, weren't there?
Clean her bum several times after she poops. So to prevent any problems, shave it off. Thank you, Tatum. I want some beezer spray. Well, inshallah, when I go to Canada, I will bring some for you guys and you can get some that way.
But you said previously in the other video that I reacted to, you're not going back to Canada. You said Canada is a no-go. Kuwait is my home. So I guess you're not going back there.
Yeah, unless you really want to buy some, then just message me and I can tell you how. I saw Ghostface's Instagram. Whatever. I like Ghostface. He's a beezer. I have cat hair everywhere in my house. Yeah. Well, that's the thing when you have cats, like, oh. Nessa, hello.
You know, of all the cats in the world that you could have gotten after BBJ, why did you pick a long-haired cat? Did you pick Julia because she looks a lot like BBJ? I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did that on purpose because you wanted to get some attention. You wanted to make people especially angry. You shouldn't have pets, period. You're a neglectful person with your pets. But if you wanted a cat, why not get a domestic short hair? Because they don't need as much brushing or grooming. They don't get as matted as quickly as a long-haired cat does.
I am so glad to be home. Yeah, I don't miss Thailand at all. Not at all. I don't know.
And I'm sure they don't miss you either.
I just.
They were probably like, get her on the plane. Get her on the plane. Don't hold her up. Let her get on the plane and get out of here.
I enjoyed it, but not like
No, you
super,
didn't.
super amount. Like,
No, you didn't. You hated it. You complained about everything in Thailand. You complained about the cost of everything in Thailand, even though the cost of everything is fairly cheap. The food wasn't cheap because you were ordering 3 and 4 portions at a time, and you had to pay for 3 and 4 portions at a time. You weren't getting a bulk of food for almost nothing. You complained about the weather. You complained about the humidity. You complained about the walking. You complained about everything. There wasn't a single thing about Thailand that made you happy, except for the green chops. You really, really like the green chops. And the fact that you don't have green chops in Kuwait might be the reason why you're so grumpy right now. You're missing it.
Yeah, I know. I brush her, and even when I brush her, it's like the hair. Even after she got groomed, when I hugged her, my dress was full of hair. I'm like, what? Ugh.
Oh, boo-hoo. You're a cat mama. It just comes with the territory. You own a cat, more than likely you're going to get cat hair on you. So just suck it up, buttercup.
You guys should visit Jordan. Maybe. Thanks, Nessa. Mr. Chow in the Hangover series. I haven't seen that series yet. My eyeliner's everywhere. So I don't think I'm going to see the new Exorcist movie because it's got really terrible reviews, which really sucks. Bali, Indonesia, yes, for sure. It's true because it's mostly Muslim countries, so Turkey is magnificent. Peace and fun things. Now I upload peace and fun things. Yeah, Ghostface. I mean, everyone has said really vile, disgusting things online. So as you're moving past it, and don't let people bug you. Every time I come home from a vacation, I swear I sleep for hours walking through the door. It's like a breath of fresh air. I know. You're like I remember being at work and oh, I just want to be at my house. I know what you mean.
Chantal, when you were at your jobs, you got fired. From all of your jobs, you got fired for not working, for being lazy, not even showing up to work. You didn't walk off your jobs. They let you go because you were not a good employee.
Hello, Sue. You have to watch all 3 Hangover movies. They're hilarious. The new Pet Cemetery isn't great either. Oh, I heard that. Really? Teardrop? That's disappointing because there was...
Okay, just for the record, y'all, if it starts to get boring, we're going to fast forward. Because this live is 2 hours. I ain't got time for the blah, blah, blah. I just want to get to the good parts and this react because I got things to do. So we're just trying to get the juicy stuff and get out of here.
I was really looking forward to seeing it.
Blah, blah,
Thank
blah.
you. That's your problem, not mine. Really looking forward to seeing it. Oh, well. Whatever. You look beautiful today. Thank you, Misa. Do I think the vet lied? How about they take her to the vet now? Like every single thing that was wrong with her is because she's fucking old. Okay.
You know that's not true. You know that's not true. You're trying to blame everything that's wrong with her on her age. And that's not true. There are some things that happen to animals as they get older, but there are also other things that are preventable. I don't think BBJ has severely rotted teeth due to her age. I feel it's because of neglect. Just straight neglect. The mats in her fur were not because of her age. That also was from neglect. Dirty ears, nothing to do with age either. Just straight up being a neglectful owner and having your pet in a dirty environment and not paying attention to their ears. A severe UTI, so bad that she was peeing blood, that's not age related either. No, it has nothing to do with age. And the embedded claws, also not from age. So there were a lot of things going on that had nothing to do with how old she was. It had to do with you being a very bad, evil, vile monster of an owner. And you know that, and we know that. And that's been proven with paperwork. And paperwork is something that you can't argue against, Chantal, no matter what you say.
Like, she has kidney disease, and she's like, if you see pictures of her, she's suffering. All for your entertainment, all to piss me off, and I'm unaffected. You're not going to bother me. I've come to terms with what happened, but that doesn't stop me from pointing out your stupid hypocrisy. All right? If you want to suck the dick of somebody who's a dumbass and lying.
Keep in mind, this one, I keep pointing in the wrong direction. There we go. That's the finger. This one over here is supposed to be a newly reverted Muslim woman over here letting that nasty language come out of her mouth. Ooh. Those bad words that your mama taught you not to say. Would wash your mouth out with soap if you said it. Coming out of her mouth as a Muslim woman. Such foul language, Chantal. Foul.
You, that's your problem, not mine. She was so bad in your care. Every single picture of her in my care is way better than she looks now.
Oh, no. I showed pictures yesterday of how your house looked. And it didn't look good. It really didn't look good. And what's interesting is that, yes, I'm going to call somebody's name out. You have a mod. Her name is Teardrop. And Teardrop said in your live that she cried when she found out that she was upset when she saw the paperwork on BBJ. So I have a question for Teardrop. Teardrop, so you saw the paperwork and you saw what was going on with BBJ, but yet you're a mod for the person who caused that harm to BBJ. So how does that work? I'm just interested. I'm curious how you could see the paperwork, see the pictures, know what's going on, and still mod for Chantal. You are modding for and supporting a person that caused a lot of that harm. She's the owner that kept BBJ in a house where that cat was being starved, denied food, denied water, filthy environment. How does that work? So you felt something for the cat being in distress. At the same time, you're modding for the person that caused the distress. I've got questions.
Way better. Hi, Gabriel. Why are you in red? I like red. I love it. And yeah, Little Red Riding Hood, I still look 100 times better than that fat goblin. Disgusting, ugly goblin. Ugliest person on the internet, so whatever. Don't even entertain them. That's what they want. They need it. They need it for content. They have no life. They provoke you, and then when you act ugly back, they're like, oh, well, too fucking bad. I'll say what I want.
Her ego is astounding, isn't it? Her super inflated ego just astounds me. It's absolutely fascinating how someone with a failing channel and declining views so bad to the point where she has to buy likes and she buys subs. She's coming to the internet and saying, we need her. When the opposite is true, she needs us. She needs people to talk about her. She needs people to watch her, because if nobody watched her, where would her income come from? You like to put down the reaction channel, Chantal. You like to say that without you, all of us would fall down. Like, where would we be without you? Without you, we'd all be lost, right? That's the feeling. Let me correct that feeling for you. YouTube is a big place. There's lots of people to react to. Any or all of us can find somebody else to react to besides you. And if there was somebody that we found that was really interesting, we start reacting to them, that person's channel would be growing. I mean, I've seen it happen over and over. Somebody is found that's halfway interesting. People get interested. Their views go up. Their subs go up. They get all kinds of attention. And you get upset because it takes the spotlight away from you. The reaction channels, we have an ability that you don't have. We are adaptable. We can switch gears. We can do other things. You, not so much. You got one trick: to be a train wreck. But that trick is no longer interesting. That's why your views are going down. That's why your money is going down. Reaction channels that I've watched, they're finding other people to react to. They're finding other things to do. Things that are fun. And they're succeeding. If your channel ceased to be on YouTube, we'll find someone else to react to. Maybe a few people. Or if not that, there are other things to do on YouTube. There are other creative ways to spend our time. And we'll take our audience along with us. Can you do that? Can you find something else to do besides be on YouTube and stuff your face full of food and hurt yourself and be the boring train wreck that you are? I don't think so. I don't think you're adaptable. I don't think you can change with the times and evolve into something better. You're just very happy and content being lazy, doing easy content, and progressively making yourself worse.
Like, if I want to defend myself once in a while, I will. Whatever. Whatever, Toys R Us. Here come the Islam police. I don't care. Is she a good Jewish person? Does she do Shabbos? No, she doesn't. So kiss my ass. They're all seething with jealousy. They're so pathetic because every single thing they predicted and their dumb conspiracies is wrong. I'm in Kuwait, bitches. What are you going to do? Huh? Ugh.
Yeah, basically what she's doing right here is she's saying, I'm in Kuwait, nanny, nanny, boo, boo. Okay, so you're in Kuwait. Good for you. So you're in Kuwait. But for how long? Because you can't stay there forever. You're not a resident. You're on a visa. You have to leave at some point. And you are the butt of your own joke. Oh, I love that face. I'm sorry, I just caught the freeze frame. I love that face. Hold up. That is a great face for a thumbnail. That is gold. I must have it. I must. Chantal, you are so photogenic. Hold still, Big Mama. Thank you. Thank you so much for being photogenic. I love it. I love it. Fantastic. You look great today. But what was I even saying? I forget. I was just going off there for a second. Can we just stop for a moment and appreciate that face? That's fantastic. That was a happy accident right there. That was incredibly. Oh, Chantal, I love it. You make me laugh. I love it. I forgot my train of thought. Let's just go for it. I'll get it again.
Ugh, I hate them.
Oh, you hate us.
Hi, Jenna.
Oh yeah, now remember. She's doing the nanny boo boo. But yeah, how long are you gonna be in Kuwait? You gotta leave at some point. And while you're in Kuwait, you big dummy, you're doing boring content. You're killing off your own channel with this boring content. It's not interesting anymore. Even the people that were subbed up to you, that were hate watching, they're bored to death. They're not watching you any longer because there's no reason to. There really is no reason to. So you're determined to hang on to Salah, and you are in each other's way being together, but you don't care because the most important thing for you is, you got to be right. Like, I'm going to show them. I'm going to hang on to my fake robot husband, even though it cost me a lot of money. I'm going to drive my channel into the ground just because I got to prove a point. Well, you go ahead and do that. You do what you got to do. You do you over there, Chantal. But just remember, YouTube is your income. This is how you make your money. And from the looks of it, you're not making very much anymore. And can you afford that with supporting yourself and that fake robot husband who I'm sure requires a lot of money?
Anyway, I'm done venting. It's not worth it. I don't want to talk about, I don't want these stupid people in my space. Like, period. Oh, I'm aggressive, but her cat.
You don't want us in your space. We are not in your space. You come into our spaces, mama. You go onto our channels. You watch our content. You go onto the community post. You're on Twitter. You're on TikTok. You're in everybody's space. Stop wandering into other people's yards. Stay in your own yard. But you can't do that, can you? Because you're an angry person and you're looking for a reason to get angry. And the sad thing is, you don't even have the energy to get fully mad anymore. You honestly don't. You don't have enough steam in your engine. The most you can do is get maybe a little bit annoyed and go off a little bit, but you don't have the energy for a full-on rage.
Cackling like a witch for 3 hours, calling me a bitch and everything else, and my mom.
Wait, how do you know that she was online for 3 hours? Because you watched her whole stream, didn't you? See? Nosy Nancy, stay out of her business.
I'm a whore is okay. Fuck her. She's got her karma with that. Goodbye. Yeah, I have every right to defend myself. I don't care if you're fucking bothered, then unsubscribe. I don't care. Go kiss her ass. I don't care. If anyone who was once a follower and supporter here is now over there, you never were a supporter. So
you know what, Chantal? This is YouTube. Hello, this is YouTube. People can go where they want to go. They can watch whoever they want to watch. They can be subscribed to whatever channel they want. Who in the F are you to tell people where they can go and who they can watch? Who are you? Are you like the YouTube police? You're over there telling people you can't go watch her. You can't go watch her content. Who are you to tell people where they can go on YouTube? Everybody has that freedom. Everybody should use that freedom. Don't sit there and try to tell anybody, if you watch me, you can't go over there. If people like you, they'll come to your channel. They'll watch your stuff. If they don't like French Fry Girl, they won't go watch her. It's as simple as that. But don't sit there and wag your little finger or your little pinky and tell people they can't go somewhere.
oh, goodbye. I don't care. Then they're like, why are you talking? I know. They're friggin' mental. I can't have people like that in my space anyway. Dumb people piss me off and I rage, yes. You know? Smile, you're on camera. The more popular, the more angry.
Can I just give a little side thought before I forget? So I watched a great deal of this live, and the feeling that I got from this live is that Chantal purposely put out those community posts one by one after the other, and then went live because she was waiting for French Fry Girl to hop on the live and snipe her. And Frenchie didn't do that, because Frenchie's smart like that. She knows what's up. But she was really just literally waiting around for Frenchie to go live at the same time she was live. And she didn't get what she wanted.
Really yet, I know. Well, what old Chantal, Mother D? I mean, I'm still Chantal, but I'm like, yeah, I've moved on in life,
Not really. You just changed locations. You are not any different than you were in Canada. The only difference now compared to then is that now you're wearing the hijab and the abaya, when you once wore like more casual, regular clothes. But the person underneath is exactly the same. Also, another difference, when you were in Canada, you had access to all the party favors and you were doing all the party favors. And now that you're in Kuwait, you're in an area where you can't get to them as much. I'm sure there might be some stuff you can't get to, but you can't get to other certain things you did in overabundance. But the Chantal sitting in front of me right now is exactly the same person, just a little bit bigger.
I swear, like 2,000 people who are in my chat are over there now because they fucking want me. They want to keep discussing the old miserable me where I was being abused.
Chantal, let me tell you something. Your channel would have been at 100K by now if you had not worked overtime to be offensive to your own subscribers and your own VIBs. You did work overtime. During the time that you were talking to Natter and you were doing constant 8 to 10 hours of live streams a day, when you crashed from doing the party favors, like your mood swings, your anger, you were going after your own subscribers and your own VIBs, the people that paid extra to talk to you, going after them. You would get into a mood and say, who wants to be blocked? Who wants to be blocked? There was one stream I saw you block at least 60, 70 people. And it wasn't the first time. And you would come on stream telling people, none of you matter to me. If you leave, I can replace you. So it really doesn't bother me. You demeaned and degraded your own members. You treated your own people like crap. And some of them finally got sick of it and said, why am I over here watching this person when they're going to be so incredibly abusive and cruel and mean to me? Why am I going to be on a channel where I can't talk in the chat and ask a simple question without feeling like I'm walking on eggshells around a pile of dynamite that will blow up at me for the simplest thing? Nobody likes that environment. It's not fun. So yeah, a lot of people left. There are a lot of people that started out as your supporters and they just said, you know what? I can't be a supporter of this person anymore. It's dark, it's toxic, it's abusive. Screw a bunch of this noise. And they went to the reaction channels. By your own hand, you isolated a large part of your audience. And they said, I'm going to go somewhere else. I can keep up with this content, but I'm not going to be treated like crap.
And I was on drugs and I was miserable. That's never going to be my life again. Even if I go back to Canada, I'm not taking my hijab off. I'm not going to go back to that life. Never, ever. So yeah.
She says that now. She says that now. But when you think about it, she's a person that she's got many different addictions. Her number one addiction is attention, believe it or not. It's not food, it's attention. She needs constant attention. You don't give her attention, she absolutely loses it. Her second problem is, of course, food. Okay. So she's got multiple issues. And she is impulsive. She has no impulse control. She has no coping mechanisms, no coping skills. She hasn't been to therapy. She's not been to inpatient. So if you have all these issues and you've not sought treatment for any of them, and they're all active and ongoing, the hurting is ongoing, the healing hasn't even begun to get started. If you put her in an environment where you just leave her alone to her own devices, you know what's going to happen. Temptation is going to creep on up. It's going to put its arm around her and say, come on, let's go. Let's give in to these urges. Let's go get some party favors. Let's go get some food. And she knows that. And I think that's one of the main reasons why she doesn't want to go back to Canada. Because if she goes back to Canada without Salah and she's alone, she knows what's going to happen. And she knows if that happens, she's going to absolutely lose it. And who knows what's going to happen after that.
No, I'm okay, Mother D. I'm just pointing out the BS of other people. This has nothing to do with me at all, you know? I've already explained BBJ's pads. Why did FFG kill her dog for anxiety? You people only focus on that. I've had the cat for 20 years, and this one incident was an oversight.
No, ma'am. The ingrown nails happened twice. It happened a year prior to the second time. So that poor baby had to deal with ingrown nails not once, but twice. And for anyone who might want a picture of what it might be like for a cat that has ingrown nails, imagine for just a moment your toenails growing and curling up under the arches of your feet and growing into your feet, and then having to walk like that. That is what BBJ was going through. And that went on for months. And it happened twice.
When I was away, her nails grew long because she's fucking old. Sam's nails were fine. Okay, so shut the fuck up.
You know, and even if she were away in Kuwait as a responsible owner, what she could have done was contact a relative or a friend, or maybe even Pete's, and send him some money and contact a mobile groomers to come down and clip the nails, or have him clip the nails at home. Say, hey, Pete, here's some money. Buy some clippers off of eBay or something, and please clip the nails. Or call the mobile groomers. They'll drop on by. They'll groom the cats. They'll clip the nails, and she'll be fine. When you are an owner, it's your responsibility to take care of their needs, whether you're there or not. She didn't do that. Over there making excuses.
They're toxic. They're gonna have no fucking channel soon anyway. So enjoy this rage while you can, because you're not gonna have a channel soon, bitch. You're not gonna have one.
You know, this really isn't a rage. On a scale of like 1 being like a low level rage and like raging rage, like red hot, you're not even thinking about what you're saying, words are coming out of your mouth. I give this a 1. This really isn't a rage. It's just her being annoyed and pretending to rage.
And if you think you're going to get away with what you did with the cat, just watch. Just watch.
Chantal, give it up. Just give it up. You already lost that fight. You lost it long ago. The moment that you handed off the cat to French Fried Girl's brother-in-law. Actually, Pete's handed off the cat, not you. You lost. BBJ's in a better place with better people. She's being well looked after. You were claiming that in the picture, BBJ looked emaciated and thin and in distress. Well, isn't it something that in the picture, BBJ was laying next to the dog? I would think that if BBJ were in any kind of distress, she would have been laying there calmly with the dog. I don't think that's possible. But she's just laying there calmly, and the dog is right next to her, and they both look fine. So what are you talking about?
I am proud, Rhonda. I'm very happy where I am in life. I would rather die than go back to the life I had before. Thank you. They miss when you were emotionally suffering. Now that you're living the high life and happy. Exactly. Exactly. French fried squealing pig. That's what she sounds like. Squealing pig. It's funny that she has the nerve to call anyone a pig. I've never seen someone so ugly inside and outside as her ever in my life. Hello, Lizzie.
Have you looked in the mirror lately? Do you know how ugly you are? You know, like forget physical looks. Chantal, I'm sure if you take a mirror and look at the inside of you, like the spiritual inside of yourself, you would see how grotesque it is. You forget the outside of you for just a moment. Your inside is ugly, girl. It's so ugly you could eat all of the makeup in Sephora and it still wouldn't fix your ugly. It still wouldn't be pretty.
Hi. Beezer is red is raging at me. Exactly. Ignore everything she does. She's violent, abusing BBJ. Guarantee she fucking hates me. So number one, she lied to people blatantly, but that's okay, right? That's okay. She has the cat. She's probably mistreating it. It looks starving. But the same people who ignore that now were giving me so much shit. And those people don't matter, so who cares? But giving me shit for starving BBJ.
You did, though. You did. You tried to create a medical emergency so the vet would put her down. You thought by starving her, that would create a medical emergency so the vet would look at you and say, okay, I'll put her down. That's what you were hoping the vet would say. So you were trying to create that situation. The pets didn't have food for days. That happened. And a nice viewer actually had food sent to the house. So yeah, you did that. And there were also many live streams where you could hear BBJ crying for food in the background. Also, there were other live streams where the cats were so hungry, they were on top of the counters looking for food constantly.
More defamation. Like, you better pray I never go to Canada and sue your ass because I have so much. Oh my God.
And she's got a lot too. She's got the paperwork.
It's insane. Like, just shut the fuck up. I seemed happier in Canada? No, not at all. Not at all. I don't know what gave you that idea. I'm sure I could come up with some clips of me crying every other day. Do you guys forget that or what?
You know, she can't even use that. All of the pain and suffering that she was going through in Canada, if you think about it, 100% of that was self-inflicted. 100%. Actually, 110% was self-inflicted. Any discomfort that she felt because of her increasing weight, self-inflicted. Because she was eating copious amounts of fast food. Any kind of pain and suffering because of natter. Again, self-inflicted. She chose to be around him. She chose to put herself through all of that. The push-pull that went on between them, the tug of war, the mental mind games, the control games that went on between the two of them. All of that was self-inflicted. She had her own car. She had her own home. She had her own money. She's got her channel. She could have stayed away from Natter at any time. And when he moved to Montreal, she made it her business to drive from Ottawa to Montreal to go see him. Again, she could have stayed away. She chose to keep pursuing him. All of her pain was self-inflicted. So she's over here trying to play victim and say, like, my life was so unhappy. You guys don't know the pain I was going through. It was pain you were putting yourself through unnecessarily. You actually chose the pain versus making smart decisions, and you would not have suffered any pain. Don't blame the Western world for your pain. Don't blame Canada. Blame yourself.
Her life is you. You're living it up with Salah and traveling around the world. Exactly. Like, the only thing she can do is go live and rage like a pig. She rages like a pig, and then friggin' Miss Wig over there does it for free now. I love that for you. Not getting paid to be a friggin' piece of crap. Love it. Cries taking that pic of BBJ. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Hi, Just AIDS. Are you kidding? If that was me showing a picture like that, they would be like, fucking disgusting. Disgusting people. You're not going to affect me. After this, I'm ignoring your asses. Goodbye. Keep raging about dumb shit you make up. People believe lies. None of it's true. Eventually, you're going to look stupid as fuck and your channel will be irrelevant. See ya. I can't wait for that day. They're just mad because they have no content. Exactly. They have no content whatsoever. I know, Ghostface.
Are you putting yourself down right there? You're saying they have no content. So are you saying that your content is non-content? Thanks for the self-confession.
The fashion show. Yeah. I love how she's like, I'm at a fatty fashion show. Excuse me, ma'am. Every single fat woman, and you were fat too, egg on legs. Every single fat woman there by me was so much prettier than you in every single way. Every single way. Better dressed, prettier face, everything. Everything. No, she doesn't have a boyfriend. Imaginary. She just lies. Like, she's a fucking pathological liar. When I was on the phone with her one day, she told me she had like a black belt in freaking karate. She's such an idiot. She's one of those people who have like nothing. So she tries to like assimilate her life to like bits of other people's lives. Like, ugh. Anyway, enough of that loser. That's what this is exactly what she wants. Imagine living your life hoping that someone will rage at you or address you, give you a bit of attention so they can have content. Losers. They say you have no content, but depend on your channel. Exactly.
No, we don't depend on our channel. It's just that people who want to keep up with Chantal, they rely on the reaction channels because they don't want to watch her on her channel. They don't want to give her the view. They're saying, we want to keep up with this story because it's been going on for like 4 or 5 years. And I liken it all to, say, sitting down and you watch a really long movie, right? You sit down, you watch the movie, and it sucks. But once you get halfway through with it, you're like, doggone it, I've been sitting here for like an hour and a half. I might as well just finish this thing out. You want to see how it ends. And so that's where we are. A lot of people just want to see how the story ends. Chantal's been on YouTube for a long time. People are invested in the story. But unfortunately for the community and the reaction channels, the story's gotten really, really boring to the point where Chantal, she is just trying anything to keep people interested, any pathetic attempt to keep people interested. You know, bringing up old subjects, going after FFG. It's just, there's nothing new here. I'm sorry, everybody. There is just nothing new here. What we're looking at is a desperate, angry woman. But she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know how to make new, interesting content. She doesn't know how to bring new topics to the table that will keep all of you interested and hanging on the edge of your seat. It's the same crap over and over.
Exactly, teardrop. Her pack of cigars. Oh my God. No, I don't flex having a man, but if you're going to come for me in my relationship when you make up a man, yeah, I'm going to point.
I don't flex having a man. Don't you always say to us, where's your husband? Where's your man? You put all of your worth in having a man. How sad of a woman you are that you equate your worth to having a man in your life. You don't put any worth in yourself.
That out. I don't really, what makes me rage the most is how these people are so dumb and don't see any of it. Anyway. Yeah, no, it's not good for anyone.
Don't talk to me about dumb when you're over there paying for a husband, living in a country that's not yours. You acquired 60 grand in debt in your home country, and you're so stupid. Instead of just staying in your home country and working it out and getting it settled so you can stay where you are, you ran from it, thinking you were being so smart doing that. I'm just going to run from my debt to another country and create more problems for myself versus fixing them. And you hooked up with a guy who wants nothing to do with you. He's not romantically attached to you at all. And you over there thinking you could just wear him down and eventually he would fall in love. Chantal, that's not how you get a man to fall in love with you, wearing them down to where they finally give in and surrender. That's not how love works. Didn't anybody ever tell you that? Were you not told that growing up? Or are you fully aware of the fact that you're so awful and you know that's the only way that a man would be with you is to basically essentially trap him with you?
People miss the old you. Well, that's good for them, because when it was the old me, people were freaking out every day, giving me shit. You need to change your life. You need to get away from that asshole abuser. You need to stop the drugs. I wish you would just do something else other than just sit there on wheelchairs. And now that I'm halfway across the world, happily married to somebody who's not an abusive piece of shit, now it's all, oh, we miss the old you and all crickets. Well, goodbye. I don't care. I don't care. I have no.
People would not miss that part of you if in your current you were interesting. If you were happy and healthy and taking people on frequent travels and showing us interesting places in an interesting way, they may not miss that person. But back in your old life, Chantal, yes, you were doing substances which were not good for you. You were acting all the way the fool. You were being completely inappropriate, but you were you. You were being your genuine self. As awful as it was, you were being your genuine self. And ever since you hooked up with Salah, you became somebody you're absolutely not. I'm sorry. You're far too feral of a creature that you can just be modest and be happy. That's just not who you are.
Problem rebuilding an audience. I have no problem continuing to do me. And if you don't like it, I don't care. Please flex about Salah. They deserve it. Yeah, they were all wrong about him. He's just another nattard. He's just gonna leave you at the airport. He's just like, none of what they say is true, and that's why they're mad. I love it. Stay mad.
Yeah, about Salah. Salah is around for whatever he can get out of Chantal. That's my opinion. And as long as Chantal is around, he doesn't have to work. She pays his way. He wants to be a professional bum. He wants to go to Canada, but I don't know if he's going to get that out of her. So for right now, he's content to just live on her dime for as long as she will let him. And she will let him because, let's face it, she needs a caretaker. She needs him around to be a sense of control so that she won't go out of control. He's got his fingers in all of her financial accounts. He keeps a halfway eye on her. She's very codependent on him, and he knows that. So his position in her life is safe. They both have invested a lot of time in each other, so they're not going to let each other go. But Salah, I got a question for you, bud. Serious question. So now she's back in Kuwait. and you know she's not going to go anywhere, and she's eating copious amounts of fast food, you watch her do it. If she gains another 50 or 100 pounds and she gets to a point where she's bedbound, what are you going to do? Are you going to be her full live-in nurse? Do you have medical training? Do you know what to do if she has a medical emergency? Are you going to change her bedpan? Are you going to give her a sponge bath in bed every day and check for bed sores and other infections? I don't think you're going to want to do all that. You know, everything is fun until it is not. But that's the path that she's on. So what are you going to do when it's no longer fun? How are you going to handle it?
How can you want the old self-destructive Chantal? Exactly. The sad sack of crap, yeah.
The sad thing is, she looks at her old life as being self-destructive, and it was. But she's still destroying herself. She's still doing it. She has not stopped. Chantal, don't you get it? You're in Kuwait and you're eating massive amounts of food and you're still gaining weight. You're still destroying yourself. From the inside, you're destroying yourself. You can't possibly see all the damage you've done to your internal organs. You're still destroying yourself. That has not come to a halt.
I see reformed. Your hardcore haters don't even have a passport. Facts. Facts. I was scared for you at first, but not anymore. Yeah. I mean, no, I can definitely, once I saw, like once all that, like the rose-colored glasses were off, and I found out the truth when I watched Sam's Bar Lounge videos and heard them all the shit they were talking and all this stuff and everything that happened, I was just like, you know, that's it. I just saw and I was like, I like really made a promise to myself. I will never, ever let a man treat me like that ever again. And then everything, like when I look back on everything, it became the most unattractive, disgusting shit I've ever heard of in my life.
So she's talking about Nader saying he was so awful to me, but yet in other videos this year, while she was with Salah, she was almost reminiscing about the long road. And if you guys think back, there was a stream that Nader did where she was in his chat. Remember? She was in his chat. She was yelling and screaming at him. So this person, Nader, that she claimed did horrible things to her, she insisted on going into his chat and talking to him. He's a horrible person, she said. But yet, even in your memory, you haven't let him go. You just won't stay away. I know that you reminisce over Nader, Chantal, because with Nader, you were your authentic self. You weren't cosplaying anything. You were your authentic self. The only exception to that rule is that in the beginning, you did put on the, you know, I'm generous. I care about you. I care about myself act. You acted like you cared about yourself. You put on the makeup. You put on the lingerie. You acted like you cared about your appearance. But then after a while, when you felt like you had a lot more control, you just started to let your real self out of the bag. Much like you did with Salah. You've got a formula. Put on a fake persona to attract the man, to get the man near you, establish some sort of financial control and hold over that man. Then once you get the hold, you start to reveal your real self. And you do it because you feel at that time that they're not going to get away from you. So you can take off the disguise.
Hi, Olive Juice. Keep doing you and just make healthier choices. Yeah, I'm trying. Like, you know.
No, you're not.
Hi, Trixie. Oh, thank you. That means a lot. Thank you, Marhaba. All FFG's predictions were wrong, and she's mad your life is better than hers. Thanks, misinformation. Exactly. She has BBJ hostage in her little smoky shithole, and
Oh, geez. No, shut up, Chantal.
she thinks her life is better inventing a man. When they said you better not go back to Kuwait because you and Salah, oh, they can friggin' go circle jerk. They're stupid.
A Muslim woman using that terminology, circle jerk, that's just. Do you hear how foul you are? You're cosplaying being a Muslim woman. You're not even doing it right. Not that it should be done by anybody. Nobody should be cosplaying anybody in any faith. That's just wrong. But she's acting like she's a Muslim woman and using the term circle jerk. Ugh, you and your trashy mouth.
Honestly. I know, Peachy. Sad. Howie, poor Howie. He's in his little cage. He's right here. Big boy. I don't want to grab him out of the cage, but if he comes out, I'll grab him. Anyway. That's it. That's the truth. Hi, Otterleague. Thank you. My skin is like blotchy, but whatever. I have to get some Lush. I have to get some Lush because, like, you know. And I'm happy to hear that Lush stands with Palestine, so I'm definitely supporting them. Harry died. Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, I'm on my 8th hamster now.
Yeah, well, I saw the hamster. It doesn't look like the original Harry. The original Harry, the hamster, was gray in color. He wasn't brown with different markings. So, yeah, it looks like that's a different hamster. And the hamster you have now also looks like a younger baby hamster.
Yeah, Teardrop, she's gross. Let's just live our lives. I'm not going to Canada, so get that out of your heads. Like, if you're waiting for that, you're going to be waiting forever. Yeah, olive juice. Jealous. Oh, they could say, oh, why am I jealous of being 400 pounds? Ma'am, you're like 350, okay? So, and you're uglier, so I don't know. Thank you, Marhaba. Hi, Sandra. Anyway, I got this hijab, and I got a couple of them in, that's my hair, my little hair. I got them in Bangkok. So that's why it's more like the Asian style hijab, like you would see in maybe in Indonesia or in like Malaysia. Don't know. There, it's better. But it covers everything. I love that. Hi, Life Sharp. It was good. It was like exhausting though, but you know, it was good. Oh. Howie! He came out of his hole. Okay. It's like, what's the big T here on citizenship? Who gives a crap? Like, really, no life. Like, zero life whatsoever. Please get one. Hi, yeah. You're not getting anything either. Okay, so I have some onion rings, which I want to eat right now, and some garlic dip. Yeah, Tiffany, I know. Did I get your email, Char? No, where did you send it to? Hi, Natalie, thank you. Edward, regular hands. Hi, baby girl. Her tail is shaved, like her butt shaved around. Okay, let's try an onion ring.
Oh, God, she's eating.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, when I saw this part where she was eating, I knew she wasn't going to full on rage. I knew we were not going to get like a full on, DEFCON 5 rage because Chantal uses food to calm down. Honestly, like anybody out there, little helpful tip. If you ever see Chantal go live and you feel like she might rage, the moment she starts eating, know that that's going to stop her from going into a rage. That'll calm her anger.
Sure. I'll check for your email, okay?
And I'm just going to say something that's on my mind. So I watched this live And there was, you look at her eyes. Her eyes look all weird. And she was doing a lot of this. She was clearing her throat like constantly. And I thought, you know what? This looks really familiar. Because the last time I remember her eyes looking like that and the constant throat clearing was when she was with Natter. And she was on the white powder. The white powder would drip down the back of her throat and it would irritate her throat. And she would always be clearing out her throat. And whenever she did the white powder, she would just have the nastiest temper. So what have you been doing since back in Kuwait, Chantal?
I cry now. You don't get to see it? Sure. Where's your proof of that, Caitlin? Trust me, if I was unhappy with how I am, person, you would see some semblance of it.
No, he wouldn't. Because Chantal could never be wrong. She will never, ever have that moment where she gets on camera and says to everybody, you know what? You guys were right. I hate the fact that you're right, but you're right. Like, I really screwed up. I made some bad life decisions. I was stupid. I married a man I barely knew. I ran to a country that was beyond my own and tried to cosplay being something I'm absolutely not. And I've been unhappy ever since. And you were right. It would take a really big throat for her to swallow her pride. She will never, ever, ever, ever do that. It'd be too much for her. It would be overwhelming. Chantal always has to win. So if she's unhappy, she won't admit that she's unhappy. She'll put on that fake phony smile for the camera and say, I'm happy, I'm happy. At the same time, she rages in her community post at French Fry Girl. At the same time, she gets on camera stuffing herself full of food. The signs of unhappiness are there. But you'll always insist, I'm happy, I'm living the perfect life. If you're living the perfect life, why are you raging? Why are you going off on French Fry Girl? Because if you were happy, you wouldn't care about what she said about you.
But keep trying, keep wishing that someone would be crying makes you a nice person. Eating terms of service is about not eating, restricting diet, and bullying others to stop eating. Exactly. Thank you, Born Villain. You get it. When people saw that, they're like, oh, yeah, she's going to be demonetized. Excuse me, but if I'm demonetized and I'm off this platform, what are you going to do for content?
What are you going to do for an income? That's the bigger question. What are you going to do for income, Chantal? YouTube is your income. It's your entire income. You don't have a side job. You ain't got a side hustle. What are you going to do? You should be thinking about that. What are you going to do? You can't rely on Salah. He's not working. He can't help you. He doesn't have an income. What are you going to do? Don't worry about any of us. We got this. We got it already. We got other stuff to do. We got jobs off of YouTube. We got other income off of YouTube. We got other projects we can do on our channels. I know my friend Erie Pepperoni. She's got her Paranormal Empire channel doing paranormal content, which is awesome. I've got my ambiance channel. I could do my tarot. I could do my gaming. I can react to other people. Girl, you're in the way. There's other things I could be doing besides you. Which is why you need to step it up and be interesting because you're kind of in the way. Can you move out of the way so that I can get on with more interesting things? We can all adapt. Can you? Not likely.
Say bye-bye. Hold on. Why would I talk about an ex like I'm married?
You talked to an ex while you were married. You went in Natter's chat room, remember?
Where is the cooking stream? It's coming. Don't worry. Her ego's destroyed because she's demonetized. Buy her coffee. Yeah, now she's trying to hate for free or like for begging for super chats or not for cash apps. Hello, sister. I seem really happy. Just ignore the negative. Thank you, Amy. I know I mostly do, but once in a while I just freak out because of how stupid people are. Did you, Nessa? They don't have zesty, so I have garlic. Hi, Freya. Thanks, olive juice. Thanks, Rosemary.
I don't know what
for filling. I want a cat so bad. Yeah, sure.
I'm trying to get past all the parts where she's eating. I don't know how and why she does this. Because trying to make conversation with several people while you're eating, it just can't do it.
No snow in Kuwait.
Hurry up and eat. Get past the eating. Oh God, are you still eating?
Oh, look how big this is.
We don't care. Goodbye.
Anyone talk about the political blogs? Okay, we won't talk about politics. And yeah, I know I'm here swearing sometimes and going off. I know people typically here in Kuwait don't do that on social media, but they're also not from a place. They don't have vultures coming after them and trying to defame their character and going off on them every chance they get, So I guess that makes me unique.
And you like being unique, don't you? You like being unique as far as being offensive. I have to be unique, so I will be offensive because that's the only way in the universe to be unique, right, Chantal? You can't be uniquely creative or uniquely positive as a newly reverted Muslim woman. Has to be negative, has to be offensive. That's the only path to being unique.
Stay mad because you're just going to keep being wrong about my life. You know nothing. And that's it. There's no proof of babies being decapitated. That's a lie.
Okay, so she's talking about the current situation in the Middle East. And I am going to just put my thoughts out there. I think she's deliberately talking about these things in her live to bait the reaction channels to talk about them too. Because what she talks about in her live, we talk about in our lives or our videos. She's deliberately throwing out that very explosive bait.
It's called propaganda from Western media. That's been debunked. I reposted that on my TikTok. Thank you very much. We have not seen one decapitated baby. No parents have come out and claimed that at all. So, brainwashed. I'm not saying that atrocities weren't committed, and I don't like war, but at the same time, like, where was all this media attention whenever, we have actual media proof of Palestinians being murdered. So let's just not even go there. Thank you. And now they have no food, no water. Like, they've been living in apartheid for 75 years. Let's just say that. Yep. Good question, Char. I haven't noticed any changes. I think it's still the most powerful currency in the world. I'm not too sure. I think. Nonim, yes, we're back home. Alhamdulillah. Have some tea with lemon and honey. That's a good idea. I have to. Love the color hijab on you. Thank you, Freya. No, I don't, Nancy. I don't miss edibles whatsoever. No. It's just so annoying because they twist words so much that it becomes flat out lies. I know. I actually don't miss weed at all anymore. Like,
Okay. I saw that part of her live and I'm like, of course you don't miss it because you were just doing it in Thailand. You went to Thailand. You didn't have to go to those green shops, but you had every location mapped out. You knew where all the green shops were. When you went to go get poutine, it was right next to a green shop. And we saw, Chantal, we saw how when you were exiting the door, you cut the footage. We know you were tiptoeing over to that green shop and getting some stuff. You were coming on camera with your hamburger eyes. Yes, you were. So now you're saying, I don't miss it because you were just doing it. But then again, you just got home. And I'm sure in the coming days, you're going to be missing it. Your body's going to be fiending for it again because you were doing the gummies once upon a time in Canada, and a lot of them. And we remember the trip to Cuba that you did, your first night there, because you did not have your green. You were freaking the F out. Your body was screaming for it and you couldn't provide. So once again, you went to Thailand. You didn't have to do the green stuff, but you did. Now you're back in Kuwait. You can't get at it. But you're not missing it because you were doing it for over a month.
like whatsoever. No, I don't care if you believe that or not.
See, that's back. That tends to come and go with Chantal. And that is the most prevalent when she was doing the white stuff. But that it's not all the time like annoying. Now it's back. What are you doing over there in Kuwait, Chantal? By the way, Salah, I don't know if you're getting her the white powder, but just beware, bro. If she's doing that or something along those lines, understand that when she crashes the come down, she's an evil bitch. She's evil. Evil. She's mean and she's nasty. So just beware. You don't know what you're walking into with her.
Why is it dirty to delete if someone chooses not to have a certain content on their channel anymore? People can't change their minds about how they feel? Whatever. The flight back was exhausting as heck, you know. I wish we had a direct flight because we didn't sleep the whole day, the whole
we don't care.
night, I mean. And like,
I really don't care to hear about her complain about the flight, how long it was. I don't care. You had to travel home. Big deal. Nobody cares. Literally, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
like we were just packing, and so the airports were exhausting, and we had headaches, and it wasn't comfortable. Like being seated upright for like,
Oh my God, somebody call the ambulance. We have a patient. Someone call the ambulance. Get that extra large stretcher out here and call the ambulance.
I don't know. And then like someone on the plane kept farting and it was smelly.
Not the fart queen talking about somebody on the plane was farting and it was smelly. Imagine what it's like to live with you, Chantal. You don't bathe for days. So you got to whiff of somebody else's putrid gas. But yet you're all about that farting life once upon a time and still are. So you didn't like somebody doing to you what you do to other people.
Here comes all the videos twisting your words. I know. Whatever. I think what I'm gonna do for a while is just do mukbang, like cooking videos. I have a cooking outfit. Wait till you guys see it. I just need a bit of time, like maybe a couple more days, just to get everything like reorganized in my home. You can see it's a disaster because we have stuff like I pretty much unpacked and put away everything. Now I just have to like do another deep clean, organize the kitchen, restock everything. And then I'm just gonna do cooking and those little sketch videos, you know. Yeah, Salah's okay. Yeah. We're just tired. Travonda. Thank you. I've been wanting to make a bolognese, like so bad. You can barely stand? No, I can stand. Ta-da! Like, I can stand, don't worry. And actually, I can do a lot more since going to Bangkok because I had to walk around so much.
Yeah, well, that's not going to last long if you just sit on your butt in Kuwait and do nothing but eat. Whatever mobility you got over there, you're going to lose it real fast.
And even if I can't and I struggle and I breathe heavy and I sweat, I'll still do it. I don't care. Whatever. Your mom on his 911 call joke. I know.
Well, that was crazy. So she just stood up. That's all she did was stand up and look at her forehead. She's breaking out in sweat just from standing up.
I know. What's her face was tattletaling on, apparently on Twitter. She's being anti-Semitic.
Another self-confession. I love this. Chantal, never change. Never change that part of yourself where you tell on yourself. I love that for us. She just sat there and said she was on Twitter, but I thought she didn't care about Twitter. I hate Twitter. It's a toxic place. But then she confesses to being on Twitter. So she's on there looking for things to make herself mad.
Keep reaching. Keep reaching. Oh, and Goblin is not being Islamophobic when she says things like Alhamdulillah. Please check yourself. Yeah, Foxy 8 is hilarious. Yeah, I've seen that. She gets like everyone's little like nuances and characterisms down pat. Hi, Kina Bear. Like, I don't blame her. Like this gore world. Like, imagine being part of that community and thinking it's a flex. It's all.
Didn't you say you were the queen of GURL world? Didn't you say that? Didn't you also say in this live stream, without me, they would all fall down. They would cease to exist. They'd have no content. So she calls herself the queen of GURL world. Without her, we would all just cease to be. At the same time, she says, I'm not a part of that community. I'm different. Pick a lane, Chantal.
A circus. So Foxy 8 is 100%, you know, and I don't volunteer to be part of that crap at all. Like, it's funny that these people think that I'm a lol cow when they're all more ridiculous.
Chantal, you are such a pick-me. I mean, even today is a great example. You're in the back of the class, waving your hand. Me, pick me. Over here, teacher. I can answer the question. Pick me. Waving your hand. At French Fry Girl, pick me, talk about me, get mad at me, react to me. Total pick me. This whole react, you were waiting for her to go live, mama. You were. You were just basically sitting around waiting for her to come live. What exactly were you hoping for, by the way? Were you hoping that she would go live at the same time you would go live? And because you were both live, that you would get extra viewers? Although I will say, if that would have happened, it would have been epic. If she would have gone live at the same time you did, because she would have torn you a new one live. Not that she doesn't anyway, but just the live responses would have been epic. But there you are, just sitting in the gaming chair that doesn't belong to you, waiting for her to go live, and you were frustrated because you did not get what you want.
than anyone I've ever met in my life. I mean, come on. Come on. Please. Hot tea, yeah. What? Yeah, he can be funny, Teardrop, yeah. And not like, you know, I'm sorry, but it's like too one-sided. Somebody needs to, you know, call them out. For sure. Abir Al-Sagir. Yeah, I've seen her. She looks like a Disney princess, eh? Yeah, I know who she is. I was watching somebody named Lawrence on TikTok. It's like a British guy, and he always cooks things. And before he announced Gordon Ramsay, no.
Always talking about food.
Oh yeah, Melissa, because people don't get sore throats from anything else, moron. Please go get an education and come back and talk in here. No, I don't have any plans to go home for holiday season.
Canada is probably very happy to hear that.
My early reactions. My husband's hot. Thank you. He's so sweet.
Look at her. She's sitting there like just tapping her fingers. Is she going to come live? Is French Fried Girl going to come live? I know she's seen my community post. Why isn't she going live? I'm just sitting here waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. It's not happening.
Thank you. Yes, he's the handsomest man. Handsomest man. And the nerve of the goblin to body shame him when she looks like friggin' SpongeBob. Are you kidding?
You know, Chantal, you've got to pick a lane with that too. On one side of things, you criticize Frenchie for not going live and showing herself. At the same time, you're saying she looks like this. How do you know what she looks like if she never turns on her camera?
God, no, she looks like Pee-wee's Big Adventure, the villain in it. Francis. I have your cat, Pee-wee. Like, seriously, she's like the villain in Pee-wee, but instead of the bike being stolen, it's BBJ.
The cat wasn't stolen. It was given away.
I love when your mama calls out Breeze and it's hilarious. On a dark tie highway. Thank you, Curly Girly. Oh my God, the nerve. I can't. I know and I know these people should be ignored, but you guys have no idea how hard it is.
It's really easy. Just don't watch the reaction channels. If you are online and you see a video with your name in it, just breeze right past it. That's all you got to do. It's not that hard. You don't want to ignore, though. You don't want to breeze past it. You seek out anything that has your name attached because you're looking for a reason to be angry. You're looking for something to talk about. You're looking for a reason to rage. At the same time, you can't properly rage anymore. So what's the point? You make yourself mad.
No idea. Hi, Vamptiva. She does it for free. I know. Imagine doing all this for free. Never. Thanks, Jules. Eva, he is handsome. Yes. You want to see her in daylight. She can't figure out TOS. I know. Thank you, Creepy. Hi. Alhamdulillah for standing up for the people of Palestine. Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, there. I get nauseous from FF Squealing Pig. She doesn't also have the nerve to make her own content. Exactly. No, she did like a stupid drive one time in her minivan.
And again, further proof that aside from the French Fry Girl channel, Chantal's nosy on Frenchie's other channels and her other content. You're just a big old stalker, aren't you, Chantal?
I hope animal control visits to Teardrop. If any people want to report it, go for it.
Another call to action. Girl, you need to stop that. Listen, you're such a coward. You are such a coward. You and no one else but you has a problem with Frenchie. You take the most offense beyond anybody else, and yet you won't do anything, will you? You coward. You won't do anything yourself. You're too afraid. So you employ other people to go after the people you don't like, using your community, using your subscribers and your VIBs to go after people, treating them as soldiers in your own personal private war, but you will never go on the battlefield and fight the war yourself. You got a problem with somebody? Put your big girl panties on and do it your doggone self. Stop being a coward and having everybody else do your dirty work.
I mean, I guess I could try, but maybe somebody from Montreal. Anyway, how do the people know so much about my family? Because they are very psychotic and have no life and just try to dig into people's lives. Yeah.
Why do we know so much about Chantall's family? We know a lot about her family because Chantal overshares. That's one of the aspects of being a lolcow. They overshare. She's talked about her family at length. She's talked about her mom. She's talked about her grandmother. She's talked about her uncles. She's talked about everybody in her family. Everybody. She's even shown her family members on her channel. She's shown pictures of them. She has shown us when she goes to family functions. Absolutely nothing was private. We know a lot of things because she showed us and she told us. It's not because we dug around and dug around and dug around and found out things. It was stuff that she chose to share with us.
Kaya's planning her return. Hi, Juicy. The second I got home, I pretty much just, what did I do? Just passed out, just flopped down on the blue couch and kissed and hugged Julia, gave her some wet food. Not long after, I cleaned Harry's cage really well. Yeah, that's about it. Just looked at all the stuff I had to unpack. I think we got some food because we have nothing in the house and passed out, went to bed. You've been so kind to us. Of course, I'm kind to people who are really kind to me, you know.
Never. No, 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 no. No. No, no, no. True kindness is when you do something for somebody because something inside of you want to show kindness. It comes from the heart. All of her generosity, all of her kindness is transactional. There's a condition. If she does something for you, if she gives you something, if she offers you some service, she wants something back, always. A lot of people in this world, they do kind things because it's just who they are. They expect no reward. They expect nothing in return. But all of her kindness is absolutely, positively, 1000% transactional. And she's one of those people, the more that she does for you, the more she expects in return. And after a certain amount of things, she looks at you as an object, a possession. She owns you and you owe her. Especially if you're a man. She absolutely owns you. She draws you into her web. She'll wrap you up in silk and she'll suck you dry. And then she'll drop you out of the web onto the ground and wait for the next victim. That's how she's always been. That's how she'll always be.
Thank you, Nessa. And even then, I take a lot of crap from people online. And sometimes I lash out and I know I shouldn't because it's not worth it, you know? But at the end of the day, I'm human, and sometimes extreme lies need to be pointed out, and hypocrisies, you know.
And that's why we react to you, because you're an extreme liar, and we point out all of your lies and hypocrisy.
And when I'm angry, I just don't have a nice way of saying things. You know, sometimes I let my anger get the best of me, but I think compared to them screeching every single day about me, I'm winning 100%.
No, you're not. You're not winning anything. You're losing, but you will never admit that you lose or that you've lost, even when you have. You could have 1,000 poker chips, be down to your last poker chip, be losing hand after hand, and still not admit that you've lost. Just because you got that one chip still left in your hand. I haven't lost yet. I've still got one chip. You've lost a lot of battles, Chantal. A lot. And you keep losing. And that's because you keep making bad decisions. And you're more concerned with your stubborn, arrogant pride, more so than anything else. You will never admit that you're wrong or that you've done wrong. You will never take accountability for anything. Therefore, you will never grow. You will never grow inside as a person. You'll keep choking on that stubborn pride that's stuck in your throat. You won't be able to swallow it. You have got a big stomach that can hold a lot of food, but it's still not big enough to swallow that enormous narcissistic pride that is getting in the way, and it's shooting you in the foot. And I love that for you.
Percent. Yeah. Halloumi cheese. I just pan fry it usually. Yeah, it's so good.
About the food.
See, I told you there's a reason why we can hate on her, and it has nothing to do with her weight. Meanwhile, they fat shame me every time, every video. Like, okay, if it's not about my weight, then why comment on the size of my hands, you freaking moron? I can't believe that somebody.
Do you know why? Because it's shocking. Someone can comment on the size of your hands or your face or your body without it necessarily being fat shaming. Maybe some of us are just shocked at how much weight you put on, Chantal, so rapidly. It is shocking. It's very shocking to see how much weight you have acquired since when you were first in Canada and now you're in Kuwait. Like, the difference, you can see such a huge difference in the way your body has changed. It's frightening because you're 5 feet tall. You're a shorty. I'm 5'4", mama. I'm a shorty too. I'm a short girl with a big butt, but you're little, you're short, and you put on a tremendous amount of weight. Tremendous. It's frightening. It's really quite frightening. And when we see how big your hands have gotten, how swollen, they look almost like surgical gloves have been blown up with air. It's like, wow, what is going on there? Is there a medical issue? What would cause that? Just like we commenting on one side of your face being bigger than the other. It's like, is there a medical condition associated with that? Is there a heart condition? What is going on there? I mean, there's all kinds of signs that there's some kind of condition that is ongoing, that it looks life-threatening. It really does. But all you can see is they're fat shaming, they're fat shaming, they're fat shaming me. What's interesting, though, is that if we comment about your weight, you don't like that. At the same time, that when you do your videos, sometimes you put things in the title and in the tags to signal people who are looking for those who are obese or super morbidly obese or fat, to signal the feeders to come and watch you. So you want to exploit your weight to the highest degree, but you don't want anybody talking about your weight or, say, criticizing your weight. Again, pick a lane.
Somebody who's responsible for raising children and shaping their morality bullies and fat shames women online. I can't believe it. And then they say, don't talk about my kids. I'm not talking about your kids. I'm talking about your parenting and how you're responsible morally for another life when you bully other people online. That's concerning. I'm sorry. That's the truth and it hurts. Well, eat it up. Dawn! Thanks, Energy Egg. I know my teeth are yellow. I just had Coke. Like the whitening toothpaste works, but the meatloaf.
Oh, food. I don't care.
The nerve. Nahashi's. Whenever you, the authentic puts in gravy, I thought it was
Who
made with
cares?
stupid crap. Please.
I'm sorry. I screamed. Sorry about that. It's just, she's talking about food again. I can't stand that.
Please. Like, where's your sister? Point these things out. A lot of people have realized that. And same with Yo Mama because of his videos. And that has nothing to do with him kissing my ass because he's right. He makes fun of me too. He doesn't even, we don't even like each other, whatever. I mean, I have nothing against him, obviously. But I'm just saying, he's just pointing out the hypocrisy all the time and it makes people mad. People don't like the truth whatsoever. That's apparent. Yeah. Go clothes shopping with you. Remember when you said you looked like Steve Wilkos? I look like Steve Wilkos. Thank you, Beth. Anglerfish. Goblinfish. Hi, ABCDEFG.
Okay, are we done here?
Hallie. Hallie. Desert highway. Loser. Go suck some more of FFG's ass. Your dad must be proud. Yeah, he is. Okay. Samoon equals chubby? I thought samoon was a type of bread. I always loved the Middle East. Ew, trifle. What a stupid song. Hi, baby. Please. I'm the biggest loser. So I'm the biggest loser, but without any of my content being on YouTube, they would have nothing. Right, okay. How did you find the Nun 2? Actually, I didn't see it.
You know what, Chantal? If you honestly think that if you weren't around anymore and we would just cease to be, we would stop doing content, we wouldn't find anybody else to react to, your presence not being on YouTube would make the whole community just collapse onto itself. Put that to the test. Put it to the ultimate test. I dare you. I challenge you. Take a break from YouTube. Don't post any content for a month. See what happens. Go ahead. I dare you. Go for it. Disappear for a month. You got some money. Maybe not a month's worth of money, but disappear for a month. We'll find other things to do. We will adapt. Thing is, you can't leave YouTube. You can't disappear for a month. You need your attention and you need your money. Don't you? YouTube is it for you. You won't ever test that theory, will you? Because you know it's not true.
Talia, you reminded me. I have to see it. If those channels you claim to hate didn't talk about you, you would lose the drama. What? I thought so too much better.
Look at her. She's like tapping her fingers, man, waiting for FFG. Like, ooh, is she going to go live? Oh, come on. Why isn't she gone live yet? I poked at her today. I talked about her former pets. I've gotten her all riled up. Why isn't she on yet? She thought she did something. She thought she really kicked the hornet's nest and she would provoke Frenchie to go live. But Frenchie's always 10 steps ahead of her. You didn't get what you wanted, huh, Foodie?
See these type of comments from idiots like this? You should go to Gaza. Support your daughter. How? That's an idea. How about you get a resume and go get a job? This isn't raging, I know. She's raging! And they get all hyper and like excited about it. They're arresting people in the UK with Palestine flag regardless of intention. Yeah. There's so much hate in this world. I know, Jody, because there's just evil people. Like, these people are just sad, disgusting humans with no life. Like, when you have no life and you hate yourself, you take out your anger on everyone else.
Do I have to say anything else? She just said it perfectly. When you're an angry person, you take out your anger on everybody else. So what's going on right here, right now? She's angry at herself. She's unhappy. She's miserable on every level of herself. But she's too chicken shit to take out her anger on Salah. Oh no, she would never do that because she needs him too much. So she'll come on the internet, she'll get on YouTube, and she'll take out her anger on people that are not directly in front of her physically, and they can respond back to the things she says. She can just vent on everyone and get away with it. She doesn't have to worry about people giving back what she gives them. But here she is venting on everybody else.
You know?
And something else. Like, I am not in Chantall's business in her personal life, but I got a feeling that since they got back to Kuwait, I'm sure that Salah has friends and family that he hasn't seen in over a month. And so he might be leaving her alone a lot the way he used to. He might be going to see those family and friends. And now maybe she might go back to how it used to be, where he'd leave her alone all day and only come by to drop off food and do the couple stuff with her. And that's going to make her more frustrated. When they were in Thailand, she had him all to herself for over a month. Now they're back in Kuwait on his home soil. Like, he's going to be going out and leaving her alone, and she's going to be an unhappy camper.
I've done nothing but speak the truth about these idiots, and they're wrong about everything. Everything they predicted. They look stupid. That's why they're mad. All of their live streams predicting about how much, my husband's going to leave me, blah, blah, blah. Waiting for the day you get a hobby. That'll be hella content. Are you kidding, Miss Holler? Bull crap. You want to see me crafting? I don't even like crafting. That's not me. Sorry. No, my hobby's food. I want to do cooking videos. I like making stupid, ridiculous little cartoons. I don't like friggin' crocheting. I don't like doing any of that shit. Okay, so. And talk about me getting a hobby? What about everyone else? Attention here. It's not political channel, guys. If you want to talk about it, it's not the right place. Thank you for your cooperation. I need a drink. What are you eating? Yeah. We didn't have the time yet to walk on the beach. No, we didn't. Okay, you guys can hold me to it.
They had all kinds of time to walk on the beach in Thailand. They had over a month.
I need like a couple days to like restock my kitchen. We just came back from a month and a half long vacation, and I didn't think that would be so exhausting, but it is.
She sits there and she talks about how she's so exhausted. She's so tired, which is the norm for her. She gets on her stream and the first thing she says is, I'm tired. Okay, new drinking game, y'all. Every time you watch a Chantal live stream and she says she's tired, take a drink. Guaranteed you'll be blasted, blotto drunk by the end of the stream because she says it so much. But she's so doggone tired, but yet She sat there all day doing community post after community post at French Fry Girl talking about her. And now she's doing a live. I'm sorry, if I went on a long trip and I returned home, it would take at least 3 or 4 days just to get back to normal. I'd be busy cleaning my house, restocking, all of that. I wouldn't be getting online. I'd be getting my life together, but not Chantal.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want. Thanks.
All this energy to get mad and be grumpy and talk about people, but no energy to get things done in her house.
ABCD. I'm excited to see you cook. Thanks, dear. Yeah. Maybe something's going around, you know?
Now, you've got a condition. It's called lazyitis. You've had that for years. You might want to get that checked out. I've heard that work is a good antidote.
Nuke Islam. How about we nuke people like you? Ignorant Islamophobic people. That would be nice.
Look,
I did smoke cigarettes, smoke bongs. Honestly, I don't know.
Why are you sweating? Y'all, look at her forehead. Look at her nose. Look at her cheeks. She is sweating. She's back in Kuwait. She's in the air conditioning. Why is she sweating?
ABCD, I get that. We're trying not to make it a political conversation, you know.
You brought it up
because I'm very, I don't know, Chance Wilkins. That's definitely what's his face coming in and making comments. I can't believe how there's so many losers out there.
You're the biggest one.
My hands are a milky dream. Exactly.
Well, I know you've got the filters on, Chantal, but it looks like those dark knuckles are coming in quite nicely, and that is something that Amberlyn Reed had as well. And look, this is not body shaming, but that's not how your hands looked when you first started YouTube. That's for doggone sure. Your hands are swollen. That is ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. How can you not look at your hands and say, I need to go to a hospital. I need to get checked. How can you look at yourself and say, like, this is all normal? You know it's not normal. Your fingers, the backs of your hands, swollen.
I'm 50% Spain and 50% Hawaiian.
Oh my God. Are those her new headphones? No, please no. They're tiny on her big head.
Check his internet. We share a computer. So, but yeah, it's like so, like, I don't know. It was like super, I don't know. I was looking for something because I need one for my games because I'm going to be, it goes this way.
Okay, you know what's making me happy right now? Look, I have headphones and I got very sensitive ears as far as anything pressing up against the outer shell of the ear. Those headphones look really, really tight. Those look like the kind of headphones, because she's got such a big head, they would press on her ears and it's going to hurt.
It's like, I don't know if it lights up, I think. But I'm going to be doing gaming streams probably on TikTok. So that has to be set up as well. You are correct. Do not give them attention. They start going after others. Love you. Thank you, Rhonda. World. That's for sure. Sorry, not sorry. Who steals people's TikToks? Twitter's horror. I know, it's disgusting. What kind of you're gonna make fun of other people's lives when that's what you do for a pastime? Is like post people's teeth or how much rice they eat. I saw a reaction channel like, she's eating a ton of rice. Okay, dude, they I swear they don't even watch my videos. all the rice I ordered in that last video, I ate like a portion of it.
So why order a big portion like that? I mean, I'm just curious. I'm asking questions. Do you eat like a portion of it and then put the rest away for later and turn that into like 3 or 4 meals? Because if not, you're just wasting food. And that's just horrible to do, to waste food. Just order what you know you're going to eat and make a smaller portion.
A very small portion. Thanks, creepy. You're sweet. Yeah, I did do some cleaning today. Yes.
No, you didn't.
11:39. You see how much my husband can eat at one time?
Look at her. She's literally waiting for Frenchie to go live.
Really?
She's been hanging around, like strumming those fingers on the desk, you know, like tapping, waiting. And it didn't happen, did it?
Some people just eat and they're not fat. I know. Perfect on you. Thanks, Fam Diva. Man, 6'6" teardrop. I've never claimed my life to be perfect. I've never claimed to be a role model for people. I'm not responsible for what your children watch. I've never claimed to be an angel or a saint. I mean, obviously, you know, I still have my issues. No one is free from sin. No one is free from being a bad person at times. And everyone has their limits, you know, like. But thank you. Yeah. I mean, overall, I do try to do what's good. I try to stay away from, you know, involving that crap on my channel because it's like poison. It really is. And I know that's a big reason that my channel hasn't gotten to 100K yet because, like, you know, I'm not consistent with it, but I'm also just like too negative sometimes. I allow it to get to me. And I fully acknowledge that. I'm not an idiot. Like, I know.
Tell the rest of the story. You're leaving out the parts where you went after your own subscribers. You're leaving out the parts where you did live streams. And if somebody in your chat displeased you, if they said something you didn't like, you would get on your live and curse them out. Or you would get on your community post and show their picture and try to humiliate them. You used your channel to be an online bully. The very thing that you say the reaction channels are guilty of, you are guilty of it with your own audience. That's why you lost a lot of your beezers. There's a lot of people that used to be consistently in your chat that are not there anymore. There's a lot of people that used to be your mods that are not there anymore. You even lost those 3 idiots who were diehard loyal to you. Plain Cheeseburger, Sofa King, what's the other one? Ashley Lamborghini. They rolled hard for you. And even they said they were out. You pushed a lot of people away, online and off, on the internet and also in your personal life. You pushed a lot of people away because you just got too involved in this online persona called Foodie Beauty, and you abandoned the person, Chantal Marie. You just threw everything in with the persona. And once you did that, you started to change. And anybody around you that was worth anything, you just abandoned them. You abandoned your pets just to play a character on YouTube. You turned into a living, ridiculous caricature of yourself. You were that actor that just refused to get off stage and live off stage. Angry people always end up alone for a reason. And that's because anybody that gets near them, all that anger you have, all that negativity, it sucks the life force out of any living being that gets near you. And every living being, they reach a point where they just can't tolerate it anymore. And they have to walk away. And then you, being the angry, selfish witch that you are, you don't think about that. You don't think about how that other person feels, how you're affecting them. All you can see is, I don't want you to walk away. I didn't give you permission. You have to stay here. How dare you do the right thing for yourself? It's not what I want you to do. You don't have the right to do that. Anything with a heartbeat, you make sick. You even make yourself sick, Chantal. You even make yourself sick. And I think one of the main reasons why you don't want to be alone is because you can't stand your own company. And so you use other people as a distraction so you won't be alone with your own miserable company.
I know. But again, like sometimes I can't help it because it's just too hard to ignore sometimes, you know? Not having a plan, exactly.
If she didn't have YouTube, she would be absolutely lost. She wouldn't know what to do with her time. She wouldn't know how to spend her time. She truly does not know how to live off her channel. She has no outside interests, no hobbies, no nothing. Her life is YouTube. Her life is the internet. Without the internet, she would be lost. She wouldn't know how to cope.
Crystal, welcome home. Thank you. Oh no. COVID, yeah. I feel like I'm getting sick. And airports and stuff. ABCD, good point. In this part of the world, we don't target people like the way it's happening in her world over and over and talks shit, being racist, insulting. You don't see it. You don't see it, babe. That's why I like living in this part of the world. Like it's different, you know? Like
Absolutely no disrespect to Kuwait or the people in Kuwait. I'm just going to make a point here. She says she likes living in Kuwait because of there's no racism, there's no nothing. But Chantal, all the time that you've been in Kuwait, you've made a point to not spend time around people. All the time that you've been there, you don't have a social circle of friends. You don't spend time with any other women. You go nowhere. You do nothing. You just sit in a room all day by yourself. The same thing you were doing in Canada. You are hiding in a room in Canada. You're doing it in Kuwait. You did it also mostly in Thailand. So you're saying this country, there's nothing like that here. But, and again, I'm not saying anything bad about Kuwait, but like, how would you know about a country when you go to the country and 99.999% of your time is spent in a room away from other people? When you go to another part of the world, at the same time you avoid the world.
it is really different, yeah. Like those hate channels wouldn't exist here for sure. I was worried about you, but I've been proven wrong. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame people for being worried, especially after what I just got out of, you know, and got right back into something. But it's been proven exactly to be completely different than what people think. And people are mad about it and they just keep waiting for any sign that it's all going to come crumbling down. What kind of life do you think you live? A happy life waiting for people to like fall? Like, how pathetic are you? That has nothing to do.
But Chantal, you're waiting for FFG to fall. You're waiting for the reaction channels to fall. You're under the impression that we are taking your income away from you. You're thinking that if there were no reaction channels, that everybody would come to your channel and watch you. That's what you're thinking. You're thinking all these reaction channels are my competition. They're taking views away from me. They're taking money away from me. Your channel exists. If people wanted to watch you, they could watch you. Nobody is stopping anybody from going to your channel and watching you directly. It's just that people choose to watch the reaction channels instead because the reaction channels are much more entertaining. They're much more gracious towards their audience. They take your bland, flavorless content and make it palatable for like 5 minutes or more. That's why they go to them. But if there were no reaction channels at all, consider this. If there wasn't the reaction channel community, you would be all alone on your channel with your bland, flavorless, unpalatable content. And then you would have to work overtime to get people to know who you were and where to find you. You ever think about that? You should think about that. And believe me, the money would not go up, it would go down. It really would. Once upon a time, you were cool with the reaction channels. You understood how it worked. You only went salty because your money started to go down, but that was no fault of ours. It was because your content started to suck more and more and more. And that's not our fault. You decide that stuff. Stop blaming us for what is clearly your fault. It's your fault for the bland, boring, monotonous content. It's your fault for getting on your channel and introducing triggering, dark topics, which you had no business monetizing, by the way. It's your fault for not being interesting. It's your fault for not evolving and showing us interesting things. You went to Thailand, an interesting place, great culture. We didn't see much of it. We really didn't. Everywhere you look, food has to be involved. Fast food, bland food. Girl, come on. Surely you've looked around and seen what other people are doing, and you got to look at your content and say, I can't compare. I'm not even close to the standard that they've already set. I'm not even close to meeting the bar. You're not. You're absolutely not. Stop blaming the reaction channels. Stop wishing for our demise. Thinking that we're all just going to fold under without you. We'll be just fine.
That's a you problem, buddy. Like, I don't know. Stay mad. I don't care. Whatever. But yeah. He's chill. Salah's chill as fuck. Yeah. Yeah, he's sweet. You know. I'm more than chill. Yeah. But yeah, you are, babe, of course. Full of hate here in America, sorry to say. Yeah, for sure. Is it easy to get a job in Kuwait? I don't know, Shania. Hi, Nelly. It's nice to see all you bees are jealous of our happy lives. Exactly. We'll continue to bees. Everything I've done in my life has no effect on them. And that past has been over for like a year and a half now. So where does it end? It doesn't, because they were making good money off of my messy past. And now that
you were making good money off your messy past. Remember you telling us about bringing in like $20,000, $30,000 paychecks? You said that. Think about that, Chantal. You said for a couple of months you made like what, 20, 30 grand? Girl, if you'd been smart and not giving money to Natter and paying for the party favors and whatnot, all that debt that you've acquired, you could have paid that off. Could have been done. No problem. But you're stupid. You just spent it on nonsense.
That it's not messy, they have to try to make a mess because they don't want to go get a effing job, you know? And
you know what? We have jobs, but you don't. You don't want to go get a job because you suck at being an employee. The jobs that you worked at, you got fired, girl. You got fired. They let you go for not showing up to work, for not working properly. They let you go. When's the last time you've had a job and kept a job? It's been forever.
You could say, well, you don't work either. Yeah, I do. I entertain people.
No, you don't. No, you don't. We entertain people, not you. You put the content up. We look at it. We make it entertaining. We entertain people, not you. Not you.
Okay, whether it's eating and talking, it doesn't matter. It's my content, and I don't affect other people. I don't make fun of other people for it. Nostoon! Yay! Thank you! Thank you! Thanks for the super chat. That's so nice of you. Yeah, it's a new hijab. Hijab from Thailand. Doing is dishing it right back. So don't come for me. Thank you. Have a hot mess pass. Who doesn't? Are you kidding? Have you seen some of their criminal records? Look at FFG. She got she was in court for not paying her rent, and she has the nerve to call me broke. Bitch, you wouldn't have a dime if it weren't for me. So shut up and be thankful and kiss my feet.
That's not true. Frenchie works. She works very hard. She works off of YouTube. So that's absolutely not true. YouTube is not Frenchie's 100% thing. But it's yours, isn't it, Chantal?
You just said Danny, and then you said Celia. I'm taking to a guy right now. His name is Danny. No way, Celia. Maybe it's your soulmate.
You know, I think that's part of the reason why Chantal hates Frenchie so much. You know, Chantal is always claiming that everybody's jealous of her. Although I've always posed the question of what would we be jealous of? What is there about Chantal's life that would incite jealousy? What does she have that we don't have or we can't get? She doesn't have good health. The paychecks that she gets, she eats her way through them. She doesn't put anything in savings. She doesn't have a nice home. She doesn't have a nice car. She's not like traveling the world, a free spirit, going to exotic places and living the best, comfortable, luxurious life. She doesn't have anything. Nothing. But here's the crazy thing, and true. I think deep down, Chantal, you are jealous of French Fried Girl. I really do. I think you are jealous of her. You're jealous of the fact that even though she's been on YouTube for half the time that you have, she's making much more money than you. She's much more successful than you. When you do a live, you can't even pull 1,000 subscribers anymore. When she does a live, guaranteed, she's pulling between 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people. She's getting mad super chats. But aside from YouTube, she's smart. She's hardworking. And like I said, she's like a cat. She'll land on her feet. Always. She's very smart. Book smart, street smart. That's something you lack. And she's ballsy. Not just ballsy online, but ballsy, period. And she's a survivor of actual abuse. You're a fake, phony victim. You want to be a victim so bad. I don't know why, but you are. But you're jealous of her smarts. You're jealous because she has things that you obviously lack.
Peter Griffin. Yeah, no. If I have Aqua in there, I'm not sure. ABCD. Stupidest things. You are.
You're someone that you live your life out of control, and it shows. Frenchie is someone that she lives her life with a sense of control. She can stand on her own 2 feet. She can do things for herself. You're jealous of that. You're jealous of that independence because you'll never have it.
Are becoming the lol cows that you make fun of. You're worse. 100% worse. It is a lot cooler, Crystal. Yeah. Cafe astrology. People, I know. I have to make inputs in. Yeah. Where's just a share song?
Okay, you know what? She's getting boring. We only got a few minutes left. So we'll just end it here. The react is almost 3 hours long anyway. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that react. I'm going to go ahead and post it to YouTube. So thank you all very much for watching. I know it's a bit of a longer react today. I like to keep it shorter, but it is what it is. You can see her live was 2 hours long. But hope you guys enjoy. And please take care of yourselves and have a great day. Bye now.